Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is my crypto market crash survival guide. I wanted to make this video for my subscribers because I've gotten a lot of requests recently to cover the 4-year cycle, but also to explain what happened recently and how to properly prepare for such an event when Bitcoin decides to drop 15% in only a matter of hours. It's pretty intense, right? All I can say is I wish I knew what I know now back then. And either way, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because this is your one-stop shop for everything cryptocurrency and analysis in the cryptoverse. We have an excellent community, so be sure to join our Telegram chats. And quick heads up, I have years of trading experience in crypto and simply want to share my knowledge with the world. I truly do love helping other people financially, so thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. This is not financial advice, this is for educational purposes only. So we're going to go ahead and cover a few things today in much greater detail. First of all, I'm going to explain how to survive future Bitcoin sell-offs with preparation. Trust me on that, it's that simple, it is not rocket science. I will briefly explain the history of Bitcoin and its relationship with altcoins, but only because it's relevant to the 4-year cycle. Last, and probably the most important thing I'd like to explain is just understanding the general concept of the 4-year cycle and how it will prepare you for the crypto market crashes that are going to happen time and time again. So please be sure to stick around for that. It's something you must understand so you can survive and flourish in the crypto trading world. What you will learn today will impact you for a lifetime of better trading experiences. You will be a profitable trader, I can assure you of that. First thing we're going to talk about is how to survive future sell-offs, right? So when Bitcoin has a sell-off, what do? First thing you need to know is that it happens all the time. It is completely normal. There's a lot of speculation as to why it occurs, such as world events, regulations, etc. There's no specific reason, though. It's going to be hard to pinpoint specifically why it happens. You'll truly never know what caused it. The bottom line here is that it's likely just a large amount of investors that did a flash crash, and it's nothing really to be all that worried about. It will happen again, which is why I'm making this video in the first place, so you know specifically how to prepare. And please note, we are still in a bull market. That will not change for some time. It will likely continue to the end of this year. And speaking of which, this does tie into the 4-year cycle I'll explain more about later, so just please stick around for that. It is extremely important you understand how the 4-year cycle works if you plan to survive the ebbs and flows of cryptocurrency. But for now, just try to calm down, relax, and don't overreact. This is completely normal behavior in the crypto universe. To properly understand how to survive future Bitcoin sell-offs, you must first understand why Bitcoin is so impactful. Firstly, Bitcoin offers an efficient means of transferring money over the internet and is controlled by a decentralized network with a transparent set of rules, thus providing an alternative to central bank-controlled fiat. According to a recent study, there are over 100 million Bitcoin owners, and it currently accounts for 1.3% of the global population. So instead of waiting for your bank to transfer funds from one account to another through a centralized network, taking maybe 2 to 3 business days, Bitcoin can send currency in a matter of minutes. Once Bitcoin took flight, other alternative coins emerged, also known as altcoins. Altcoins use a technology called blockchain that allows for secure peer-to-peer transactions. That said, altcoins work similar to Bitcoin, whereas they are built on the success of Bitcoin by slightly changing the rules to appeal to different users. I mention all this because it ties directly into the 4-year cycle, so stick with me here. So how do altcoins work? Generally speaking, altcoins work much like Bitcoin. Using a private key, you can send a payment from your digital wallet to another user's wallet. In cryptocurrencies like these, there's a blockchain, a recording ledger, where the transactions are permanently and publicly recorded, so exchanges cannot be altered or denied after the fact. The blockchain is secured by mathematic proofs, which confirm transactions in blocks. That said, the pros of altcoins is that they improve Bitcoin's flaws. They provide competition, which is why the prices change so dramatically. They also typically have lower transaction fees. The cons of altcoins, of course, is the volatility, which we've experienced recently, and potential for scams and fraud. So my recommendation is to only really invest a majority of your total into the top 100. I will make another video regarding that soon. So how does Bitcoin and altcoins factor into the 4-year cycle? As mentioned previously, Bitcoin and altcoins work similarly. This is because they are fairly interdependent on each other. Bitcoin is the dominant virtual currency, which creates similar patterns in Bitcoin and altcoin price developments, as well as the fact that a large majority of altcoin purchases are executed in Bitcoins. I mention this because the 4-year cycle is something that you can use to always stay ahead of the curve. It will help you mitigate losses when Bitcoin drops dramatically because you understand the big picture. Which brings us to the 4-year cycle. For the sake of my subscribers and anyone else that is newer to cryptocurrency, I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. I intend to make an in-depth video regarding this later, but for now, we'll stick to the bullet points so you can understand the general concept, but trust me, it still works. First thing to understand is the general flow of how people cycle in and out of crypto, based solely on speculation and hearsay. Similar to how you likely heard about crypto from a friend or colleague that is excited about it, and without any research, they started investing because they've heard about it. That said, let's take a look at the chart that helps me explain the 4-year cycle to others. Starting with the year number 1. Amidst a bear market, you should try to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible while the price is still low. In other words, the takeaway here is that you should buy Bitcoin with dollars. Year number 2. When Bitcoin goes parabolic and the price increases, the crowd has a tendency of flocking into Bitcoin because it's all the rage. Typically when this happens, altcoins are low in price, so this is the best time to invest in them. Takeaway here is that the key to buying altcoins is to use Bitcoin that you earned when it was cheap. This essentially allows you to buy way more altcoins because of the inflation in price of Bitcoin. Year number 3. When Bitcoin stops increasing in value and starts to consolidate, which we might see later this year, you'd want to see the altcoins before the price plummets and drives all of the investments you've made into the ground. Takeaway: sell altcoins for Bitcoin during alt season. A little hint, we are currently in alt season right now, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to start if you haven't already. Year number 4. This is when people slow down and stop investing in Bitcoin because it's overinflated in price and everyone wants to invest. This is when Bitcoin has a blow-off top and the bear market emerges. The takeaway here is to sell your Bitcoin into dollars so you have dollars available for the bear market. You have liquid cash, essentially. You also want to retain some Bitcoin as well because, of course, the price will increase and you have that available to also mature and grow in your wallet. So in summary, understanding the 4-year cycle will help you prepare for future Bitcoin sell-offs. And the reason why I believe this is because knowledge is power. I know I sound cheesy saying this, but it's true. Let's say, for example, you had followed the 4-year cycle going into yesterday's events. You would have had some dollars set aside instead of being all in. This would have helped you buy the dip so you could invest at a much lower price point just shortly before the price hikes up again. Wouldn't that be nice? Those of you that had the money available are smiling right now. Those of you that didn't are wishing you had. Also note, the 4-year cycle has happened a few times already over the past 12 years. It's cyclical and will likely continue for years to come. We are in alt season right now, so you should be buying altcoins and selling them for Bitcoin in preparation for the bear market. I know I said this already, but I really wish I knew this 5 years ago when I first started investing in crypto. So hopefully you found this educational, and let me know in the comments below so we can all grow together and build our wealth. Also be sure to contact myself and to communicate with the CryptoCache crew through Telegram, Instagram, or Twitter. Again, I really appreciate the opportunity and your support. We'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Thank you.